Hi, day 6. I'm switching to my laptop to take a video instead of my phone because I have a three-pronged converter now. The first one that I had is broken now, apparently, didn't know that. So on this trip, I've tried to use my laptop, but I can't, and I only brought it so that I could think, plan things for my trips after here, Florence, and double checking and researching for all of the things that I need to do here while in Florence for leading the activities and whatnot. And I couldn't do that, so I've been using my phone, which is useful and is created to do all of those things in a more convenient package, but I like the laptop and the ease with which I can use it. So I'm happy to have it back, and I am making my video here now. Today I woke up and I started doing laundry, and I went to the Study Abroad Italy office, and I talked with Reagan and Pietro and Alessandra and Marissa, and met Marissa for the first time actually. She's very nice. And I went out to coffee with Reagan, Alessandra, and Marissa. And I don't drink coffee, so they called it ginseng, but it's not the tea. And apparently one of the other people that they know gets it because they don't like coffee, but it sure tasted like coffee, and it sure made me feel the same way that coffee does. It tasted good, except for the part where it tastes like coffee. So there's that. But it was really fun talking with them. I liked them a lot, and it was very fun. We talked about me becoming a teacher. We talked about Donald Trump and the UK and voting to leave the European Union, and Scotland, and what Donald Trump had to say about Scotland, and Hillary Clinton, and feminism, and just a whole lot. It was very fun. I loved it a lot. I got to see them and connect again. It was great. And after that, I went and bought the converter, and then I went back home to my apartment and did some pre-booking flight check-in stuff for one of my flights. And oh yeah, I posted my letter of introduction to this website called Education Join, and that was the last piece of paperwork that I needed to be able to apply to teaching positions for the fall. So I only had time to apply to one job, but there are more that I have saved on my job wish list that I'm going to apply to. And now I have all the paperwork to do that. So that's exciting. And I'm going to do more probably tomorrow. Tonight's kind of late. I have other things to do. I just finished reorganizing some other things for the schedule tomorrow, and I'm going to, did I say this? I'm going to plan for my stuff after my Florence portion of my trip, and yeah. And after I did some of the stuff on my computer, I left and I went to the Galileo Museum with almost everybody else that's on the trip, and it was very fun. We went through the museum, and it was very good. I went last year, and it's not my favorite just because it's not focused on paintings or architecture, but it's very interesting because there's a lot of science and math in it. Again, not really my thing, but it was very interesting because people are so intelligent, and they can just make leaps and bounds. Back then, the intelligence that they showed was even more profound because of the context of society. People weren't as educated, so the intelligence that they had was exponentially larger, and just the things that they can think of is mind-boggling. They don't have the base of knowledge that we have now, and they just think of things. Like Dr. Kreiser pointed out, how do you think of creating a barometer? Like you can think of a thermometer because you can feel the temperature change and you can think of making charts and maps for navigation, but a barometer, like, you don't see that or perceive it on a daily basis, the need for it, anyway, is what I mean. And just the fact that you can think of something outlandish and then hundreds and hundreds of tries later create something that can help you understand it better. I don't know. It's just amazing. And in our time now, we don't really see that kind of stuff all the time. And it just, in one museum, seeing, I think they had 5,000 pieces on exhibit, seeing 5,000 things all in one space where that was just the focus, that inventions and miracles were just the focus of things. It was amazing. And after that, I went and checked a few things out in the town just to make sure I could properly lead people to them and not accidentally get lost for an hour. And I was fine. I remember, which is lovely. That's why I'm here, is to remember and be able to properly lead people. So that was good. And then I went home and did some more laundry, got things prepared, and then I went to Dr. Kreiser's apartment for dinner. And it was her, Dr. Dermy, her 2 cousins and her 2 kids, and then some of the students and myself. And Dr. Dermy's cousins made dinner from scratch, homemade Italian food. It was delicious. And so good. And then I came home earlier than most everybody else because I talked on the phone with Mom for like 45 minutes, something like that. It was a good conversation. I loved it. And now I'm making this video. I'm researching a few things. Right now I'm reading an article about the decline of play and the rise in children's mental disorders. Just a bit of light reading that I do just for the heck of it. And yeah, I need to go to bed soon. I have a lot to do tomorrow for day 7. I had gelato twice today, 2 different places within, I think, 20 minutes of each other. Life in Florence. Anyway, day 6, it was awesome. Bye.